right, y'all. I done had my coffee this morning and I am feeling good. I am ready. I love Dunkin' Donuts. Y'all ever go to Dunkin' Donuts? They got the best coffee. I am so sorry. It's much better than Starbucks if you're not really into the extra strong coffee. It got me all hyped. I'm ready. What's up, everybody? It's Rox with a little talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. Today, we are going to talk about Beyonce one more time, y'all. Actually, this time and next week. And then after that, I think I'm going to have to retire Beyonce. Have to do like how they do on 106 in Park. You know how after your video been in the lineup way too long, they retire you. Well, I'm going to have to do that with Beyonce. I already did it with Evelyn and Chad, as well as Chris Brown, Rihanna, and Pikachu. So I have to retire some people, but you know, Beyonce, I got to talk about her this week and next week after the Super Bowl. Okay, so that's it. Few things about Beyonce. First of all, you guys, she finally came out and did admit that she sang over a track, like I said that I thought that she did. And then to shut up all the naysayers, she went on ahead and sang it a cappella for you. And she did just fine. Like I said she would. Ain't really that big a deal. I don't know why folks was acting the way they was acting, but okay, she done settled it. We know she can sing the song. She sang over a track. You know, she was nervous, emotional, just like I told y'all last week. So y'all gonna listen to me one day. And you know, with the Super Bowl coming up, it's all kind of things, rumors going around about Beyonce, about her being difficult, hard to work with, and this, that, and the other. The NFL came out and said, no, she's been nothing short of a dream to work with. And, you know, they look forward to working with her on Super Bowl Sunday and I guess anytime in the future. I've heard different stories about Beyonce, whether or not she's difficult or not, I don't know. But I can say that she is a consummate entertainer and a performer. She does what she has to do and you can't help but respect it. So enough about that. Let's see what else about the Super Bowl. We gonna listen to Alicia Keys scream out the Star Spangled Banner. How many of you guys are looking forward to that? Not I. Haven't been too fond of Alicia Keys and her music these days. And you know, her all that, you know, when she be singing, it sound like she got like old smoker's throat. You know, it sound like it got like a whole bunch of phlegm. You just be wanting to go ahem. But yeah, I guess Alicia Keys is gonna sing that. Beyonce halftime show. She's supposed to be performing with Destiny's Child. I guess they're going to do like 6 or 7 songs, a medley of their songs, and then close it out with their new song that they have, Nuclear. Oh, and a little bit of Super Bowl news that's not Beyonce related. So you guys heard about the San Francisco 49ers cornerback that came out with the gay bashing. This gentleman, y'all know I don't know football, okay? So I guess his name is Chris Culliver, and I think that he is a cornerback for the San Francisco 49ers. He was on a Shock Jock radio show the other day, and they kind of cornered him, not really cornered him, but kind of tricked him into saying a whole bunch of stuff, you know, on that whole we giggling and laughing and talking about the gays. They asked him whether or not he would be okay with, you know, any gays on his team in the NFL or anything like that. And of course he fell into it. He's like, nah, I don't do the gay thing. You know, we ain't have no gays on our team. Ain't nobody that's gay on our team. The NFL had to come out and say again that they always have had a good relationship with the lesbian, gay, and transgender community. So, you know, they don't want to mess that up now. You have got to be crazy. Okay, and I just had a conversation about this with one of my friends this morning. You've got to be crazy if you don't think that there's gay men in the NFL. Now, I know they haven't come out, and if Chris Culliver let him tell it, he said you shouldn't come out till 10 years after you retire from the NFL. I know the NFL is a very manly organization. I know that football is a very manly sport. It definitely doesn't mean that just because you're gay that you have to be feminine or effeminate. You know, there's both sides of that coin. So yeah, I don't know, you guys. It was silly of him to say those kind of things that you should just keep to yourself. You feel that way and you are a public personality, no matter how known you are, you know, whether or not somebody's always listening. He should have just never said nothing. Alright, so I know that this happened earlier in the week, but still got to talk about it. Rick Ross. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all that when he was talking reckless about how, you know, he ain't fixing to be hiding from nobody. Everybody want to be a gangster when it's, you know, when we talking, but when it comes down to it, don't nobody really confront him that way. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. Yeah, they came on after him, like I said they was gonna do, okay, and he was driving his Rolls Royce, or actually I think he was a passenger. It's been mixed reports. Some say he was a passenger, others say that he was driving, but whatever happened, some cars drove down the street, shot at him. sprayed the car evidently with an AK-47 or something of that type of gun. And, you know, he crashed into an apartment building, ran into a neighboring restaurant, and they called the police. Now, he wasn't hit, and he can thank his good Lord Jesus up above that he wasn't hit, okay? When you look at the car, it doesn't really look like it has bullet shots. Of course, they haven't shown the car up close. And you know, 50 Cent was trying to say that Rick Ross staged the whole thing and that it didn't really happen because the car didn't get touched and he didn't get hurt, and you know, the car is intact. However, I'm thinking, like, why would you do that just trying to boost your street cred? I mean, it don't really make sense. Then to almost confirm that it did happen, they released the 911 calls when somebody in the neighborhood called 911, and the lady is, you know, she's sounding very realistic and very afraid. You know, she's telling them that there were some shots, and I guess she must be looking out the window because she's like, oh my God, they're turning around, they're coming back, I'm getting off the phone. Definitely the shots did happen, and you know, like I said, I don't think Rick Ross is that crazy to stage something like that just to boost his street cred. I mean, he's been saying all these years that he's a big time gangster, and you know, this is the life that he lives, so why would he try to prove that now? Sad. I am afraid for Rick Ross, and he should be very afraid as well, okay? When they come after you like this, you know, they're gonna keep on trying to do it till it happens. In order to protect his life, he has hired a security team that's going to be around him 24/7, and that's what he needs to do. Man, I don't know what I would do, but I would tread real lightly if I was Rick Ross. He needs to get together with them gangster disciples, and they need to try to come to some terms, and then he gonna need to kind of tighten up that tongue a little bit, okay, and not talk, you know, just so crazy and like he has. Just like Freeway Ricky Ross, the guy that's suing him over the name, he was like, you know, I would never want something like this to happen to anybody. But that's the whole thing. When you try to act like you live a certain life, they're going to come and they're going to test you. That's exactly what I said. Somebody is always going to prove that you lying, okay? Somebody always want to prove their point. I guess Rick Ross had to learn that the hard way, okay? So, yeah, I hope he stays safe, okay? I do like Rick Ross music, but let this be a lesson to everybody out there that's making music, okay? Sometimes you need to just let go of the facade, okay? Be who you are. Nothing more. Now, y'all know this is just stupid and retarded, and I just really don't understand it. Like I told you guys, I have retired Chris Brown from my talk, but since this is, you know, this was pretty big news, I guess I'm gonna have to go on and report it. Now, evidently they was at a recording studio, and I'm supposing maybe Chris Brown got there before Frank Ocean, and once Frank Ocean got there and saw that Chris Brown was parked in his parking space. Now, I didn't really know that they assigned parking spaces at record studios, but maybe that's how it works. I ain't really, you know, in the studio all the time. I guess Frank Ocean was like, that's my parking space. You know, Chris Brown was, I guess, not willing to move his car. Some words was spoken evidently, and it looks like members of both of their teams kind of threw the first punch. And see, that's the other problem with everybody today, okay? You gonna get enough of hanging with these motherfuckers that's fucking up your career, okay? You don't need to have all these folks around you that don't have as much to lose as you, and that's just willing to just get into a fight, and then who gets the blame for it, okay? Either Frank Ocean or Chris Brown. At first they were saying that Frank Ocean started it, then of course it turned around and now they saying that Chris Brown started. I don't know who started it, I just know it's stupid. Like, what the fuck is this, West Side Story? We rumbling? I mean, you know, it's like, this my space. No, this my turf. Stupid. Y'all know how I feel about Chris Brown. I do like Chris Brown, but I think he gets a bad rap sometimes. But I also think that he makes stupid decisions and kind of puts himself in a lot of the positions that he finds himself in. After the fight and after all of the news came out, then, you know, he was feeling bad, saying he felt like he was being crucified like Jesus. And what a stupid thing to say. Who is around Chris Brown? I just don't know why they just let him just go off all willy-nilly like that. That Chris Brown can say some stupid ass shit. Okay, don't say that you like Jesus Christ. Oh boy. So, you know, they tore him apart about that. And in return, again, Chris Brown has quit social media for like the 8th time this year. Shit, it's only February. Yeah, Chris Brown, you know, he gets off of Instagram and Twitter. We know he will be back soon. You know, nobody even cares about those stunts anymore. And then Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean kind of strikes me as an asshole. I like his music. I think he's really talented, and I will, you know, I bought his CD and I listen to it all the time. However, he just doesn't strike me as a nice, cool guy, okay? So, I don't really know what happened. I think the whole thing is retarded, okay? Get rid of all your team if you got to be worrying about them fighting with somebody, but whatever, you guys. That's the story with Frank Ocean and Chris Brown. I guess I might as well also add, since we're talking about Chris Brown, go on and throw in Rihanna. Rihanna is on the cover of the new Rolling Stones, looking very beautiful. She is a beautiful girl, and that's probably why folks lose their goddamn mind over her. But you know, she's talking about their relationship, and she's confirmed that they are back together, and she's just like, I wanted to live my life the way I wanted to live it. You know, I was always mad and angry and unhappy, and now I've decided that I'm going to do what's going to make me happy. And you know, even if it's a mistake, it's my mistake, I'm going to do it. And you know, basically everybody don't worry about me. And that's fine, okay? She's young, he's young. You make mistakes in your relationships at that time. You can't tell me that some of y'all ain't been pushed around in a relationship sometime. You know, I ain't never been it, but I know some friends that have, and they worked it out with their mate, and you know, they just kind of moved on. Not saying that's what you should or shouldn't do, but it's their life. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It's their life, and you know, it may not work out. But if that's what they want to do today, then damn it, let them do it, okay? And quit worrying the fuck about Rihanna and Chris Brown. One of my viewers had sent me an email and was talking about the Sissy Houston interview with Oprah Winfrey, and I didn't watch it originally because I am just Whitneyed out. Okay, you guys, I'm tired of Whitney. I'm tired of hearing about her kid. I'm tired of hearing about her family. I'm tired of the reality show. I'm tired of the books. I'm BB Winans, Bobby Brown, Sissy, Bobby Christina, Gary, Pat, all of them. I'm just Whitneyed out. They never gave that woman a chance to get down good in the ground good, okay? And they've been talking about it ever since. I want to miss her. I want to miss the lady. And then you come on out and you do all this stuff. But you know, she ain't even been dead a year and we going through all this already. It's just too much. I had originally said I wasn't going to watch it, but I did watch it yesterday. And only because one of the viewers that emailed me about it was kind of upset about the interview and said that Sissy Houston was sort of a mean mother, and kind of she felt like the reason why Whitney Houston was kind of the way that she was because Sissy Houston didn't accept her life, her lifestyle, and things like that. So I wanted to watch the show myself, and I said I wasn't going to speak on it, but I'm going to speak on it a little bit. I don't know if I feel like Sissy Houston was too much of a mean mother, but I think that Sissy Houston is an old school mom, okay? An old school, you know, down at the church, the Pentecostal type church, you know, the ones that just really stick to their views and their ways of how a Christian life should be. I just think that she doesn't tolerate a lot of things, and she's probably not one to willing to try to listen to the other side. The big question about whether or not Whitney Houston was gay, after I saw the interview with Sissy Houston, I really do believe that Whitney Houston was gay, and I think that part of me feels like that she chose Bobby Brown because the mother did not really accept Robin, and kind of as a, well, I'm gonna get you back, I'm gonna marry a man, but I'm gonna marry the one that you don't like. She went on and got with Bobby Brown, and you know, Sissy Houston, she said she didn't really like Bobby Brown. We all know that she did not like Robin, Whitney's best friend. And it was so funny when Oprah Winfrey was just like, so if Whitney would have been gay, you wouldn't have liked her? She was just like, no. Okay, it wasn't no more discussion, no explanation, nothing. She was just like, no. Oprah was like, so you wouldn't have accepted it? And she was just like, no. I'm telling you, that is really how they are. That generation, my mother's generation, they ain't got too much time for all this liberalities, okay? Fuck it. You supposed to be a woman, you supposed to be with a man, and that's it, okay? So I kind of understand Sissy Houston's viewpoint. It's not how I would think, but I do understand that she's from that era. As far as the brother Michael saying that he's the one that introduced Whitney Houston to drugs, crack, cocaine, whatever they were doing, I felt so bad for him. I mean, that's got to be a terrible, terrible thing to have to live with for the rest of your life. It's just sad. But I think we all knew that she was already kind of doing drugs, you know, before she got with Bobby Brown. You guys tell me what you guys thought about the interview. I feel sorry for Cissy Houston because their relationship just strikes me as odd. Something is missing in between in Whitney Houston and Cissy Houston's relationship. I definitely believe 100% that they loved each other, but I don't think they understood each other. And yeah, it's terrible that they've gotten to be, you know, your daughter's dead and you know you still have kind of this question about your relationship. So sad, very sad. You guys tell me, if you watched the interview, what you thought about it below. Y'all, I'm telling you, this coffee got me going. I'm all out of breath. Nigga ain't did nothing. I've been sitting in this fucking car the whole time. Why am I out of breath? I forgot to mention about Alicia Keys. So did you guys hear that Alicia Keys is now the creative director over BlackBerry? I was like, well, damn. Go on, Alicia Keys. Y'all hear about 2 Chainz? He is now the CEO for Rubbermaid. I was like, how'd she end up with that job? Creative director. See, that's exactly why BlackBerry ain't doing shit today. You'd let entertainers become your creative director. Like, what is that? Is that just in name only? Somebody out there that's a techie, explain that to me. Why is Alicia Keys doing that? I mean, good for her. I ain't mad. Everybody get your money. Let me not hate. BlackBerry's coming out with a new phone. I believe it's called a Z10. It's supposed to be a touchscreen. It's supposed to have all these high-tech capabilities. It's supposed to have over 70,000 apps. I loved my BlackBerry when I had BlackBerry. But I feel like BlackBerry got left in the dust by iPhone and Android. And they never took any steps to try to meet up. I guess they thought that their faithful was going to stay with them. And we tried. I tried. I got the storm. That was some bullshit. Always crashing. Many issues. Just too much. Okay. And I finally came on over to the iPhone and they ain't looked back since. But I'm going to keep my eye on this new BlackBerry because, like I said, I really did like BlackBerry. They were so much better with their email. I just never had any issues with getting my emails immediately, and certain functions within the BlackBerry I still wish iPhone did. But other than that, yeah, y'all, congratulations to Alicia Keys. She's doing the damn thing. Let's do a little follow-up on Future and Sierra. Okay, so I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that it was coming out that they were together, and I didn't believe it. Then I told y'all last week that yes, they are a couple and that they confirmed it. Now this week we find out that not only do Future have one baby mama, but he also got another one. We all just finding out that he got a 10-year-old child, including Future. Evidently, he had to go to court and, you know, take a paternity test. A woman was suing, saying that he was the father of her 10-year-old child. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl. And after the test results, yes, he is the father. So Future's been ordered to pay $1,600 a month in child support for this child. Because he makes $16,000 a month. So, hey, that's it. It's all said and done. So, Sierra gonna be a stepmama. Damn, she got 2 babies in 2 weeks. Another new couple alert that we got is Drake and Tatiana Ali. Y'all heard about that? So I guess Tatiana Ali was doing an interview and, you know, she let it be known that she has a crush on Drake and whatever. So, for her birthday, as she was celebrating however old she is, Drake shows up, y'all. And Drake shows up with a bottle of Ace of Spades and a bunch of roses. Fuck, you give me that, we go together. She was real excited. You guys see the pictures on the blog. You know, she's smiling that big gum smile. Okay, so we gonna see if something works out between the two of them. Something in me don't want them to be together though. Like, I feel like Drake is too young for her. I want her to, you know, but she is a beautiful girl, so I'm sure she doesn't have any problem meeting anybody, but yeah, I don't want her to be with Drake. Do you? And lastly, you guys, on the new couple alert, it looked like Kimora and Give Us Free is trying to work it out. Okay, so that's not really a new couple. That's kind of an old couple who is a new couple again. I guess they were at Disneyland with the kids or whatever, and they was hugged up and they was kissing and they was having a good time. But you guys know that whatever it is that Kimora does to her men, she makes them want to stick around and be her friend. Okay, she's good friends with Russell Simmons, and yeah, I know that they have a kid together, so that's good that they have to, you know, that they make the attempt to work it out and be, you know, good friends to each other. And it might be the same with Give Us Free. Okay, it might not be nothing more than that. I'm just waiting to see what Cola Booth is gonna have to say about it, because y'all know she is not really here for the two of them. I bet you when Cola Booth find out that they back together, she probably was like, got to get my fucking lingerie out again and get this nigga back right. Are you guys going to watch Betty and Coretta this weekend? It comes on Saturday on TLC, I believe it is. And I'm looking forward to it. You guys, I saw the previews for it yesterday, and it actually looked like it's going to be pretty good. And it actually looks like Mary J. Blige might do a really good job at it. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Mary J. Blige is playing Betty and Betty Shabazz, and I believe that Angela, I was gonna call her Angela Winbush. You're gonna have Angela Winbush out there. Angela Bassett is playing Coretta Scott King, and I'm glad that it's a made-for-TV movie. I think that might be a better medium for Mary J. Blige, and giving her such a big role. Maybe we need to start off, you know, kind of baby steps. It seems like Mary J. Blige is trying to get more into acting anyway, so I think this is gonna be a good look for her. They say that Ruby Dee is narrating the movie, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm glad that it ain't live. Y'all know I love me some Ruby Dee, but y'all know Ruby Dee be just a little bit off sometimes, just a little bit. You be worried when she be talking, like you don't really know where she gonna go with it. I be like, Ruby, I think Ruby's just always been kind of beaten to her own drum. But yeah, you guys look out for it this weekend. It comes on Saturday, and I believe they said at 9 p.m. on TLC. I'm almost gonna have to retire R&B Divas from reality talk too. It's just like, damn, this show ain't even made it back on, and every week it's something about them. Now they're saying that along with the original cast of R&B Divas, that Latasha Scott from Escape and Angie Stone will be joining the cast. So that's the newest news this week on R&B Divas. I was like, I ain't never seen a show stay up in the news and we ain't even heard about them recording or nothing. Like, can you guys get it together, please? Y'all know that I dropped Love and Hip Hop New York. Just can't do it. Just cannot do it. Okay, I watched it, and as soon as I saw Jen up there crying in her, you know, her Muslim dress, I was just like, oh no. I bet you she gonna cry every single week though. But just a few things about Love and Hip Hop New York. Mendices, okay, he has turned himself in on prior drug charges. I guess back in 2010, Yandy and Mendices' home was raided, and no one really knew why. But now we find that maybe it was on drug charges. I'm not sure if it's because he was selling drugs or what the deal was. Actually, you know what? I kind of remember that story now that I think about it. I think Jules Santana had something to do with it too. Am I right? Y'all correct me. Whatever happened back in 2010, earlier this week, he went on and turned himself in. And ironically enough, it was the same day that his court trial started about the child molestation. Okay, so yeah, you know, this ain't Mendices' year. Okay, 2013 is not starting off too good for Mendices and Yandy. Okay, I guess that was just one thing, not a few things. Real Housewives of Atlanta. So y'all was real upset with me that I thought that Kenya stunt was funny. As I watched that show, I watched it again, and I was really trying to pay attention to the people at Nene's party who was kind of reacting to the way she looked. And I came up with this, you guys. I don't really think that it was a real function. I don't really think that it was a real charity event. I think that it was something that the show set up. And I'll tell you why. You guys remember when this whole thing with, you know, booty crack and ass crack and coochie crack, when Kenya had that big blow up at Cynthia Bailey's school? Well, I'll tell you what, that was on the blogs like the day that it happened. The person, I guess Cynthia's assistant, he had went straight to Twitter and had talked about what happened. It got out, okay, and it was out immediately. I already knew about it. That was a real event. In this case, which was way more absurd and way more out of control, why we didn't never hear about it? We didn't hear nothing about her showing up with her ass out or anything on any blog or anything like that. And that's because I think it was controlled. I think it was a Bravo event, and you know, people were kind of under the I think that they knew to expect something crazy. I won't say that they knew what she was going to do, but I just don't believe it. So that's my take on that. I'm sorry that you guys was upset with me, okay? But hey, it is what it is, as Ashley says. Now, Kenya has taken to the blogs and tried to defend her actions. Yeah, it was a crazy stunt for her to do. She's just saying that, you know, she doesn't have any mental problems. She's not on any, you know, on any medication. She's never been drunk a day in her life. I don't know if she has or hasn't been. But yeah, I guess I could understand why I would be upset if somebody was going around talking about me when I didn't do the same to them. I understand that Phaedra is upset that she stole her donkey booty video, and I think that I still don't think that she's coming out with this video. I think it was just something to get up under Phaedra's skin, but whatever. I'm just kind of over that whole storyline anyway. Speaking of Phaedra got some other issues that she need to worry about. Now, y'all know Angela Stanton. That's the one that wrote the book about her. I think it's called Lies of a Housewife or something like that. She talks about in her book how she and Phaedra and Apollo, they were kind of part of this whole ring that would get that did like house fraud, real estate fraud, with chop cars, steal cars, the insurance fraud, all kind of things like that. And you know, the lady talks about how Phaedra was like the mastermind behind the whole thing. I think Vibe was the one who put that book out, published the book. Phaedra sued Vibe for I think like a couple of $1 million. I don't really know what happened with that case, but now they got another woman out. This woman's name is Jessica Lacey Boker. And she's been all on Twitter talking real reckless, okay, and don't really care, okay. It's just talking about the same thing that Angela Stanton was talking about, saying that Phaedra is crooked, you know, a crooked lawyer, that she's been fucking judges and getting favors, and I guess she was having an affair with this Boker lady's man, and you know, just kind of having a lot to say about Phaedra as well. I don't know what to believe with this whole thing. It's just interesting that these girls are coming out now instead of, you know, kind of saying anything when she first started on that show. So that's the only thing that kind of makes me raise an eyebrow. But I also, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I just think that when people come up with some kind of story, you know how they say it's your side, and then it's their side, and then it's the truth. So gonna keep our eye on Miss Boker, see what else happens with this Lacey Boker and Phaedra in the future. Braxton Family Values, you guys, is coming back for a third season. It will be back in March. So you guys, next month, we can look forward to seeing all of the girls back on the screen. This season, I guess they're focusing on them having some resentment issues with Tamar and her career picking up and how she's not always around them. I hope they don't like dwell on that storyline because they're all adults. Everybody has their own career. You can't expect for Tamar to be around, just like you can't expect for Tony to be around. You know, people got things to do. So I don't like that storyline. It's stupid to me. And, you know, they're all grown. They're all married. Like, who's going to be all together all the time anyway? I guess Tamar is going to be defending the fact that, you know, she's trying to, you know, split herself up in all these different directions. Whatever. They also said that Trina and Gabe are going to be working on trying to get their marriage together, you know, now that they're remarried or whatever. I just heard recently, though, that she filed for a separation. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the two of them. But that's what's going to be happening on the season. Tawanda and Andre are back together, which means that they was never broke up to begin with. I think we all know that. And I'm not really sure we're going to be hearing anything about Mama Braxton's, you know, lifestyle coach and, you know, her whole thing that she was doing. I ain't heard nothing else about it, so I don't even know if she's still doing that. But yeah, you guys, March. That's a show that I normally review. I think I dropped off in season 2, like towards the end. I just couldn't do it no more, but we're gonna try it again. I think I'm gonna try it again this season. We'll see. And lastly, Basketball Wives, you guys, the original cast, they are taping right now, you guys know that, and we've been seeing pictures of Evelyn and Shawnee taping. They're saying that this season is going to focus more on their careers and what they're doing in their lives right now. So, you know, to take some of the focus off of just the negativity, I suppose. There's also a rumor that Tammy and Shawnee kind of fall out. And I got that to see. You know, they're pumping that up and letting us know that there's, you know, some friction between the two of them. But they also, you guys, added a couple of people. Now, you know, they took off Royce Reed, but how about they added Dwight Howard's, another one of his baby mamas. And I'm wondering if she gonna be able to talk about Dwight Howard, but Royce wasn't. Now, what the hell is going on here? I really don't know why Dwight got a hate for that Royce. he was not gonna let her, he don't let up off that girl. But I don't never hear him being the same way with his other baby mama. So I don't know, it's some real bad blood between the two of them. Maybe he felt like he was trapped. I don't know. I always thought that shit was unfair though. Like, you just really trying to interrupt this girl's money. But I still like the fact that she went on there. She was just like, fine, I won't talk about you. Everybody know who you are anyway. They also added Stefan Marbury's ex-wife. What is her name? Tasha Marbury. She's a new member. And there's also a rumor that Kevin Garnett's wife is a new cast member. What's her name? What's her name, y'all? Brandy Garnett. But you know, we ain't seen them in filming at all, so we I guess we won't know for sure until the show comes on. But yeah, you guys, basketball wise, they are in production, definitely filming, and I guess they got that contract thing taken care of. Hey, is Susie still gonna be on there? I ain't heard nothing about Susie either. Ain't seen her on TV, ain't seen her on none of the pictures, nothing. Is Susie supposed to be back, y'all? Y'all let me know. Ooh, this was a long top of the blogs, huh, y'all? I'm sorry. I told y'all that coffee had me going. Ready. I'm ready. You guys, we do this every week. Okay, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.